Welcome again, everyone. Jerry's Old Guy Review, and we're letting it fly on Fridays, as usual. Episode 46. You know, you were down in the lunchroom, sleeping. When now you're here? What? Stop kissing me. Look at the people. Look, they're over there. They're there, right there. Yeah, whatever. Another wild night. Before I start covering things, I'm going to tell you right now. Definitely going to be some adult language. There will be hurt feelings. I'm going to use the word ignorance, but it's ignorance of a situation, not that anyone who has commented in the comment section is ignorant. But I want to clear up some things. So, and we mentioned a little bit about this last week. So, weather-wise, thank you for everyone sending me messages on Facebook and private messaging and emails. I am fine. If you hear that Alaska has a tsunami and it's 100 feet tall, don't worry about me. If it's 500 miles tall, worry about me. Because that's what it would take to get me wet. We are over 500 miles from the nearest coast. So all is good. You know, our hearts here in the state are going out to our local villages that live on the coast. Heat. Once again, I love the company I work for. One of our local branches of, not our company, but another big company, has set up a distribution point, and all of us, the message went out today to all of our stores from our local district manager, how we can make sure that the company, us as individuals, help our neighbors. So, phenomenal. But that brings us back to the weather. It has been unusually mild still. We got snow one day and then it was gone by the afternoon. It's still, I told you last week, it's even worse now. Just been raining. My trails, the course is just a mud pit. And I'm trying to behave with what I take out there. The Rolarlos will dig trenches because of their weight. So right now it's light vehicles. That's all we have going on. Outside, I know I promised you some driving videos, but it is just bleh. So, moving on from that, just for RC Dungeon, mine are still better. We're going to talk about the shirts, the bow tree. So, I have the spring store in the description, and it pops up, you guys can order stuff, and a lot of you have, and thank you. But I don't know what's up with the spring store. I had it for like a year now. All that money's sitting there. Well, by all of it, I mean, I could probably fill up my truck with gas. Halfway. And it's all set up correctly. PayPal, just like everything else. So I've reached out to the owner of the bow tree. We have a business meeting on Monday. So for all of you guys, and she even gave me some of the new shirts she's got, because I told her I would only be interested in saucy shirts. So, crap, what did I have one? So basically, hold on, I'm missing a prop. And I think, oh, I do have one cut out. Okay. So, my stickers. And yes, in the comments, this has been going on for years now, and I've only had to give away stickers a couple times. Basically what I do when I send away stickers is if you catch me with a mistake in my information, if I call the vehicle we're talking about a different vehicle multiple times, I've been doing this for 3 years, that I deliberately make mistakes and see if somebody will catch me. Now I give my secret out. We'll have to discuss if they're mistakes or not. And that's where I've been giving the stickers out. But basically, the Boat Tree shirts are going to have my logo on one of the shoulders, or one of the chest front pieces to go along with what it says on it. So that's what we just hashed out a little bit, which that's what a small channel on YouTube, a small business owner, possibly for you guys, let me know if you'd be interested in shirts. We can do a breakdown of what Fuchs given. It's got it so you can wear it out in public. The 100% asshole, allergic to bullshit. Let's keep the dumb fuckery down to a minimum today. Was that 5? This one. Dumb fuckery, asshole, allergic to bullshit. Crap, there's one more. Oh, and I just looked at them all. Oh, it's something about, did I offend you? Good, I'm doing something right. The new one, what did she say it was? Crap. I'm going to have some more for you, but get in the comments if you'd be interested. Yeah, screw the spring store. I'd basically probably set it up with PayPal. Pay me through PayPal, and I'll get the shirts. We're going to get prices. And then basically it'd be a week-to-week thing. Because she lives out here. I don't know if I could get like a supply and have her deliver. I got to run into town. If that's the case, Sundays and Mondays are my day off. So basically it'd be Mondays probably. I'd run in and grab them if we get an order together. But we're going to go hash out the details on Monday. So we can do shirts that are a little saucier than the spring store will allow. Then, it's just basically me sending them out to you once a week. They're shirts, so I can put them in one of those little soft packets. It'd be a thing. So, I'm going to have to start with a comment that I heard from Greg at RC Driver. Just recently said, our hobby is a builder's hobby. Not a lot of us, you'd probably be surprised. Very few of us, get the trucks, buy a ready to run, and completely strip it down and replace it with everything we want. Me, I drive it till I break something. Or if it meets a look that I'm going for, then I will. The people that still rag on Traxxas. Yes, Traxxas is a little more expensive. Not as expensive as Vanquish once was. But Traxxas is also one of the, I can only list Traxxas, Kyosho, Tamiya. Let me look around real quick. Those are basically the only companies that are still around since the late 80s, early 90s. At the time, Kyosho and Tamiya were the big dogs on the block. But they were very specific to what they did. So the small companies that were floating around, Team Associated, Traxxas, there's some other names in there of small companies that they really don't exist anymore. And some big name companies that everybody sings the praises of bought some of those smaller companies just to get them off the market. So Traxxas was a small guy. And Traxxas worked their way up. R&D. I'm assuming they did surveys. What's selling? What's popular? They revolutionized the market when they brought out the Ready to Run. So they were small. They were doing all their work, all their R&D. So to get to the point they are now, which if you want it, you buy it. But like Greg said, this is a builder's hobby. So $500 Ready to Run, you can just take it out and go. Now, if we go back to Vanquish that everyone was screaming the praises of back in the day, $800, you had to put everything in there. So no matter what truck you bought, it was $1,000+ because you had to buy a radio and you had to buy electronics. And if you could spend $800 for Vanquish money, then you were probably putting top of the line stuff in there. So Traxxas, there's so many people in the comments and over everything. A little company, hell, I'm a little company that has a trademark name for my channel. I would, if I can afford it, defend it vigorously. Because I put the work into it to make it my channel. Now, if somebody over, in Bangladesh is doing a knockoff, what can I do? It's Bangladesh. But they didn't run anyone out of business from lawsuits. They made somebody have to rethink what they tried to just take and make it their own. That's called intellectual property. So why should somebody else steal your design, put no time or effort into making it, get profit off of it, when you could have picked the phone up just like I did with the shirts? Hey, I'm going to take this design. Do you guys think it looks too much like yours? Are we going to have an issue? You could have probably, simple phone call or a meeting, maybe there wouldn't have been a lawsuit. Because you might have approached them and they might have said, yeah, that's a little too much. What, if you just did this and that, you might be okay. Get them to sign off on something, no issues. But when you deliberately try to steal something from someone else, and then everyone gets in an uproar because, oh my God, they're suing us. I keep hearing that Traxxas ran Arma out of business from lawsuits. It was over a cantilever shock setup that didn't affect this one vehicle one bit to run a company out of business. Arma seems to be going strong. I've got an Arma. I want to buy more Armas. Arma's found their niche. Fix the one truck that they made too similar. Big whoop. Do the work yourself, because now They're doing the work themselves and they're making some phenomenal rigs. So it's the same thing with, oh, they ran all these online businesses out of business. No, they didn't. It was called a cease and desist because they were advertising their products as Traxxas products. Every company that did it moved the Traxxas from the beginning of the title to the end. Fitz Traxxas. Moving that name from primary to on the end allowed all those companies to keep selling products. So the guys online who are running their holes about they shut all these businesses down. The only businesses that shut down, because I watched a lot of the videos when the lawsuit was going on. I got to see the whole letter. I got to hear people say, this is all I had to do. And then other people, I'm burning every rig. They're not telling me what to do. They're not telling me that I can't sell my own stuff. It's like me having China make me this and throwing it on the market with different wheels on it and a different paint job and saying that's mine and calling it Jerry's rig and wondering why FMS is up my ass. You can't do it. Or if I start making a bunch of these lids right here. Here's a perfect example. It's exactly how it went. I make this hard top for FMS trucks and say this is an FMS Michigan hard top. Guess what? I have just now said that this is officially licensed through FMS. I don't know why I'm having a hard time with that. Which it's not. It's Jerry's that he took off of this, 3D printed. Maybe I did some extra effects on it, but it is not an FMS top. This is a Jerry Michigan replacement top. Fits FMS. In the Traxxas world, I would have been perfectly fine. And I could have kept making these for Jerry. So when I hear that, it still chaps my ass because I heard from at least 5 of the actual companies who were affected and got the letter. 4 of them continued on with their business. The one was so chapped, he was going to shut down all business. Just for some computer data entry. That it's ridiculous. Now, it's the same thing. We are in the builder's world. Everybody complaining about the windows on Traxxas and no interior. First of all, now that they went to the clipless body system, you can't use that old interior they used to make. So I don't know what it would take to make a new one. But the windows. Oh yeah, there's my Traxxas. There's my Arma. I've never once heard anything about Arma's non-clear windows that are just stickers. HPI Maverick stickers. What in the hell? I think it's a Charisma. Wow. I must be an alcoholic. I've got beers all over the place. Not open, of course. Charisma window stickers. Oh, Sen window stickers. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Well, that doesn't even have a cab on it, so that can't have window stickers. I mean, it's a thing. But when it comes to a ready to run, who do you think they're catering to? the 80% of people who are just going to buy it and drive it, or the 20% that want clear windows and an interior in there to appease you. They're going to go with 80% because they're making more money off of those people who don't have the skills or the knowledge to take that window sticker and cut it out. Leave the trim on it. Cut it out. You clean the paint off the back. I'll tell you, a lot of these ready to runs right now, nail polish remover with acetone. I've been having a hootenanny with that. There it is right there. I'm going to cover that Sicario in a few minutes. But they're not going to change the procedure. Traxxas has never done clear windows. They've got some of the best window stickers that you ever see installed correctly, so that's somebody's job. You know, they run it through the machine that prints it a certain color. You know, I talked about the one sticker that was crooked, but as long as I've been building RC rigs and putting window stickers on, 35 plus years, I still have a problem with window stickers. I am not the window sticker putter-oner guy. But I surely can clear some windows and cut out some old stickers to make windows. But I don't care. I've only got 1, 2. These are ones that I've done. Right. What do I only got? 2? I'm just looking at the ones that I actually put. I've even got an interior still sitting over there. That's for the original. Oh no, it's not the original. It's for the UMG 6x6. So I did my own interior. That one's my original's got a dingo interior from an Axial in it. But I put very few interiors in my trucks. So the black windows, to me, that's a lazy man's dream. It's black. I mean, back in the day, we used to take the windows. We used to have a AAA Main. Used to make a glue that you could take a picture, cut it out, and you could stick it on your car, make it look like you're driving it or somebody's driving it. They were hilarious. But that's the thing, that it's great to want something, but you might want it. Another person might not want it, but you have the skills to make what you want. That other person doesn't have those skills. So that's my biggest thing about that. Local beer. The misinformation, the ignorance of not doing the research. And there's that word. That is not, people are ignorant. It's ignorant of what actually went on because somebody's told you, or you didn't choose to go and further investigate. I find nothing Traxxas has ever done wrong. If I was in that situation and somebody was stealing my ideas, you know, it's like us on all of a sudden the small channels. So what if V-Dub, Dungeon, and me on one of our podcasts, we come up with this phenomenal new RC business that we're going to do. And we let you guys know as soon as we get it up and running and tell you what it is that we're doing. And say some other big guy just happened to tune in that night. He's got industrial 3D printer. And we're going to do it as 3 small guys in our basements and collaborate. Well, the guy with industrial printer, he can steal our idea and start printing it out. so that by the time us little guys have made enough to try to get out in the market somewhere and approach somebody, they could be like, oh, we already got the exact same product. Well, how did that happen? Because somebody heard us, stole our idea, and was able to take it and present it better than we could. So, trying to do things quick and easy and stealing and getting caught, I don't feel bad for you. When a big company says, hey, knock it off because you're infringing on our sales right now, you know, all you know to do is change a word around and you can keep doing what you're doing. I don't see that as an issue. And if you want to screw your own business because you take that as some big affront that a company was, instead of suing you, just gave you a cease and desist but told you how to fix it, I'd be like, thank you, our bad. We couldn't afford a lawsuit anyways, but thanks for telling us. It's just that ridiculous. So, with that being said, I was hoping, I didn't have a ton of topics today, but coincidentally, while getting set up, I was listening to Dungeon, and he did bring up a very good point that you guys at home don't generally hear about on YouTube. So, analyticals. Now, meanwhile, Dungeon, I only watch attractive YouTube men on the YouTube. So, I mean, I know I'm not a female viewer, but, you know, if that sways you in any way, Dungeon was cracking up about he didn't realize he had female followers or viewers. Mine come and go as the weeks go. But that's not the important thing. I'm a little guy in North Pole, Alaska. And it blows me away when I look, and there are weeks that China, India, Indonesia, England, UK, Canada, US, of course, Germany, Spain. It blows my mind in every direction it can go. That at some point in the day, there is somebody in Spain watching one of my videos. And he could be doing it at a cafe or something, and there's a bunch of other people that are asking, what is that crazy American talking about? That is something I never thought of with this channel of starting it, that it would reach that level. And I mean, it just, that to me is more exciting than the fact that I was able to, for the first time ever in 5 years, put out a video before any of the big guys, get enormous views, get to meet a ton of new people. That should be my number one excitement, but it's not. Oh, here you go, Dungeon. Mike Alexis, Granada RC Adventures. I've talked to Mike for years. He makes some of the craziest detailed builds you'll ever see. Just crazy. And you know, over all these years now, love him to death. We have, when he's complimenting me on some detailing I've done, I am hugely appreciative because I look at what he does. And that's just like the foreign countries thing. Blows me away when somebody is way more talented than I am, and they give me that kind of compliment. That is huge. But just the fact that there are people, I've met people now, I've got quite a few viewers in the UK. A lot of couches I can borrow if I ever go and visit. But it blows me away. Like Pez. Pez and I talked for the longest time. He kind of got out of RC and went back into video gaming and modeling stuff. But, he sent me some cool stuff. I sent him some stuff. And it's a kick in the ass to get to see your stuff getting open in another country. And, again. So, that's the kind of thing that I still think I get humbled weekly with the channel. And that's when, if I'm ever down or feeling like, I don't want to do this today, I'm like, I got all these people. And I'm not like one of these big channels. You think that Traxxas is going to look at my video on the Pathfinder and be like, wow, 3,000 views. Maybe we should send him some free trucks. Nope. I'm in a demographic dead spot. 2 hobby shops within 500 miles of each other, 400 miles of each other. Biggest state in the Union probably has the smallest amount of RC shops. So, where are they going to get their demographic from? To prove that some people might have watched my video and went out and bought a truck. Don't care. I got mine. I got mine first. First one in the state of Alaska. Me. Ha! So with that, let's cover Kinsler's RC Customs. This is my epitome of my small channels. So we were chatting it up. And Kinsler, I will remind you again that I'm the boss. I will always be able to make time to chat back and forth on the Facebook Messenger thingy. That's what I think it is. Because my phone's always in my hand because I got to talk to my boss who lives 400 miles away. Or, any of the other managers that live that far away. Or my own managers here. They don't know if I'm sending a text to my boss or I'm responding about what RC car we just did. But don't tell my bosses. Boss, I only got one. So let's get to the shout outs. Arnie7810. Ferretti. Mario's back. Logan Tick. D Broncos fan. I won't tell anyone this is a Lions house here, buddy. NK 10K71. Chris Caruso. Let's do something for Chris here. Now, Chris, you may be one of my demographics from another country. Or you might have been just drunk. Write me messages. Either way, I love them both. But I'm assuming he wanted me to read his comment on the air. It came out area, but I'm assuming air. And I'm thinking this is for Chris's statement, maybe for a little bit of everybody. Hey, dude, I've been kind of administrative for a while. Watch you periodically, and I like the honesty that you put in your videos, and the customization of the Nissan Pathfinder is awesome. Thank you. I'm seriously consider buying one. It's a beautiful time to be in the RC hobby. It's a beautiful time to be in the model hobby. It's just a beautiful time, period. If you don't mind reading this comment over the area, I'd appreciate it. Take care. And there it is. First one ever, a request to read their comment on the area. And welcome, Chris Caruso, because that's the way I am here. I prefer to have fun with everything. Tony Williams, Dwayne Still, I just filled the position, but if you want to move here, because I sound like I'm a good boss or a fun boss, come on down. Liquor stores at the end of the building, we're at the other end. They can never put two and two together. So with that, it was a short week. I wanted to get that one little wild hair I had out of my ass. And it's gone. So with that, I'm going to, because I didn't carry my little notepad with me this week, I don't believe anything new was released this week. So, I mean, I'm sure there is, because, you know, all the big timers, well, hello, my little baby boy, just got to go to Vegas to some fancy show that they had to be sponsored by other people. I guess it's not all it's cracked up to be when you get free stuff and you still can't go somewhere on your own. Oh, my beautiful boy. So there's those videos to watch if, you know, you want to see full spread of the new stuff. God, they're still going on with that Axial 30. My hands lock up thinking about it. Todd Barris, are we holding hands? Did you want to come up and talk to the YouTube people, baby? Baby boy. Oh, what are we doing? Are we dancing? Are we dancing? Dancing. No. This is extended cut. What are you going to do? Don't you think about that. That is my booper. Not this truck. Well, actually, this one did. You did do this one too. Booped it right off the table. So with that, again, like and subscribe. Merch store down below. Rolarlo link if you want to get some Rolarlos. Email if you want to send me any emails. Down below. Do the thing. And I will talk to you on the next one.